Hey fellow gamers, it's Cozy Mel here with another video for you on Palia. Okay, I am inside the Temple of the Waves. If you look around in here, I think you'll recognize it. This is where we went to get our glider. We had to come and finish this temple. And then if you want to come back anytime later, after you've gotten your glider and everything, and you can go back and forth, you can come back here and go fishing in this water, okay? So I can show you, you can actually cast and go fishing in this water. And then I'm not going to go ahead and pull up another one because I found out from a friend of mine that if you keep fishing here, you might pull up 3 or 4 of these star maps and they'll all be stuck in your inventory forever. And I don't want more stuff stuck in my inventory, so I'm not going to fish again. But I did just go fishing in this water. And on my first cast, I caught this. I'll circle around it, okay? Right here. It is a star chart, the flattest fish you've ever caught so far. ENR probably wants to know what kind of bait you used. I think that's joking, but it is a star chart. Now, from what I understand, you can take this chart to Chayne, and when you give it to Chayne, he will give you some questing to do. And once you do that, he will frame that for you and give it to you as a gift, and you can hang it on the wall in your home. Now, the reason this is so important, okay? If you haven't built a house and you have not decorated, then you do not realize, other than a few select banners that you make out of fabric, other than that, there are not any wall decor framed items in the game that you can make. You have to buy them from Zeki in Zeki's secret store in the basement of his shop, okay? And at the black market secret store, a piece of artwork that is framed to hang on the wall in your house can run anywhere from, say, oh, I don't know, $1,000 to 15 or $20,000 gold, depending on what you have decided to get. So that's why this is such a fun little quest to do, because you're going to end up with a really nice piece of artwork to hang on the wall in your house. It's nice and big. And all you had to do was go fishing in that little river down there, right here in the Temple of the Waves, where you came and opened it up by pouring water in this dish. And you hung out with Gina and Hecla, and you ended up getting the quest like a bird, and you went to Najuma and got your glider made and all that good stuff. That is this temple. It is in the very back end of the area behind Phoenix Falls, where you were first born and brought into the world of Palia. So when I come here, I often come here and go down this hallway, the one we came out from, and I donate some renown. And I just did that on my way through. So you can donate some renown, 100 exactly, and it will make your experience bonus that you get from eating focus food a higher percentage. So, say if it was a 35% bonus, you might raise it to a 40% bonus. And then the bonus gets smaller and smaller each time you raise it as you go along. So, at some point in time, it'll be 50%. You donate 100 and it'll be 51%. So this is Chayne's house, and we want to show that star map to him, but I don't think he'll be home at this time of the day. He will be at Magi's Hollow, and that's okay. So we will go ahead and run over there. Okay, we have arrived at Magi's Hollow, and this is the dragon. where I like to commune, and I offer him 100 of my focus. And he has increased my food bar to 400. So now if I have food that gives me 200 focus, I can eat two of them. Or if I have a food that gives me 350 focus, I couldn't eat it before, but now I can without wasting any. So I wanted to do that while I was here, just in case you guys needed to know how to do that. And then we will talk to Chayne. Chayne says, "How kind of you to pay me a visit." And we're going to tell him that we found a star chart. And he tells us that by the dragon, my friend, this is an ancient star chart. One of the dragon, in fact. And I say, "How do you know it's a dragon?" And he says, "In their time, humans may have called it a fish." They were very focused on the phoenix. They missed the possibility of other forces existing. Majuri have always looked to the stars and seen the dragon instead. Part of the beauty of constellations is that every culture sees something a little different in the same sky, a reflection of themselves upon the largest canvas ever seen. I set up a telescope every night in the dragon shrine. Why don't you go tonight and take a look? Okay, so we'll chat with Chayne because he's here, and I usually try to chat with my NPCs every day, and it's the beginning of the week, so I want to see what he would like. Oh, he'd like some knapweed from our garden. I know some people make tea with it, some of the NPCs. So now we're going to go over here to this telescope and see if we can look at it yet. It is not giving us an interaction button, and I'm going to assume that's because it's 7:30 a.m. in the morning. And he said to come at night. So we will have to come back here when it's after dark, and then we will look through the telescope. And once we have done that, then it will have us go back to Chayne. And then we will go back to Chayne and tell him what we saw, a fish or a dragon. He'll want to know. And at that point in time, he will give you the gift of the framed star chart. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, like any good Palian who needs a whole lot of money, namely 25,000 gold, so I can buy the next size in storage chests from the cash register in Tish's store, because I am so out of storage. The beginning storage chest, you can have 8 on your property, and that is 2,400 items, and mine are full. And I need all that stuff. So I need 25,000 gold. So while I was waiting for nighttime to come, I went and did mining, did hunting, chopped trees, gathered things, all stuff to sell, see if I could gather some money, and came back here now that it is about 9:30 at night. And I knew it would be evening, and we can look through the telescope. And it says we look through the telescope, and from this angle, the fish constellation does sort of look like a dragon. Well, okay, I'm not sure how a fish looks like a dragon or a dragon looks like a fish, but there you go. So now that we've done that, we're going to return to Chayne. We have come to Chayne's house, and I can show you on the map where it is. It's right here. And he is sleeping, but we went ahead and talked to him through the door. And even though he was going to bed for the night, he was kind enough to go ahead and accept our quest turn in and give us our star chart framed for our house. So here is where we live, and here's where Chayne lives. So that's easy enough. If it happens for you to be the time of day when he's in bed, this is where you go. And if we look at our UI, we can see in our bag right over here, a circle around it. This is an ancient fish star chart, and it is framed, and it's going to look great on the wall in our house in just a minute. Okay, we are back home on my plot, on my little farm. As you can see, with my little tiny house. I just have a one-room house, but it is decorated for the holidays with what little, I could do on my salary. And I like my little fish or a frog that we got when the Switch players started playing Palia. Yay, so glad. But even though it's only one room, maybe we can find a little space on the wall. Maybe over here. Let me jump up on this chair or this table, one or the other. And we're going to get out our fish chart. Uh, Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, well, walk over here and turn around so you can see. How does that look? Isn't that awesome? You just don't get a lot of wall art in Palia without having to purchase it from Zaki. It's a gold sink item, kind of like toilets and bathtubs. Um, Floor rugs, other than these little chopper rugs we got for Christmas. But other floor rugs and things are all purchased from Zeki, just like the wall art. But this is one that you can get for free yourself if you know the secret trick of going down and going fishing in the river that is next to the water temple where you went and did the quest for the Temple of the Waves and got your glider started. So if you go there and just fish a little bit, you will catch a star chart. And before you know it, you'll have a beautiful piece of framed art to hang on the wall in your house. Look out. Oh, my house is stuffed with things now. I've been learning to build things on my workbench so that I can up my furniture making skill. I wanted to get up to level 7 or whatever it was so that I could start learning to make silk because I have to make that furniture for the inspector lady that came from the order. And you have to have silk for that. And so I needed to be able to make silk on my loom, and I couldn't. I could make leather and I could make fabric, but I couldn't make silk, and now I can. So I'm going to put the rest of my silk thread in that I've gotten from killing bugs, and hopefully I'll have enough silk tomorrow to make something. I'm going to put a couple of pieces of glass in here while I'm at it and make some light bulbs in case I want to make a light fixture tomorrow. But other than that, I am just looking around my farm and wasting your time. So really, the quest is complete. And all it involved, like I said, was going fishing till you got the star chart down in the Temple of the Waves. Take it to Chayne. He will ask you to come back to the Temple of the Magi, which is the dragon where he prays, and go at night and look through the telescope and then go back to see Chayne again and tell him what you saw, and he will give you the framed piece of artwork, the star chart, and you can put it on the wall in your house. So I hope that was a fun little secret hidden quest for you because there's no way to know about it, unless you accidentally come upon it or you see a video. So I hope you will like and subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified when I drop my next video. And I hope this helped you in some way to have a little bit of fun in the game. And if so, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. It helps me so much. I've only been doing this a month, so I'm just getting started, but we're having a lot of fun and we appreciate every single one of you. And I will see you in the next one.